Well, hello, 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 hello. How are we all this evening? And how tickled I am to see you today. Unfortunately, I haven't got my feather duster. Bit of Ken Dodd. Bit of Ken Dodd humour for you. I'm a bit young for a Ken Dodd humour, but you know, never mind. You're never too young for a tickle stick joke. Right. So, welcome. As you all know, we have pretty much had a full-on day in Parliament talking about Afghanistan. So you know what? I thought, let's not even mention it on stream today. We're not even mentioning it because I know everything over there sucks. Don't worry. We'll cover it definitely another time. Don't worry about that. But today, we are all about having fun. We are all about having fun today. Because not only later on are we going to cover the Monster Raving Loony Party, hopefully we will have some of their members in chat, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That will be quite fun, definitely. Because I think comparing, shall we say, their somewhat rather sensible policies versus the policies of the Scottish libertarians and, of course, the English libertarians, I think is going to be quite fun. But nevertheless, we are here to have fun. This is going to be a somewhat fun politics stream. Like I say, I know today I've been watching the Afghanistan stream from the House of Parliament live all day today. To be honest, it just made for such depressing viewing, to be honest. But like I say, that's all I want to say about it, because like I say, got to keep up the fun. Got to keep up the fun today. Because like I say, yesterday, we managed to finish off watching the English libertarians and going through their, quite frankly, wacky doodle manifesto. Probably something that the Monster Raving Loony Party in the future, if they want to, so say, steal anyone's policies, maybe should look at the English and Scots libertarians. Anyway, let's have a move on to see who's in chat. So we've got Dudes in chat, Pretty Bird in chat, Simon Carr, Wark to you as well, and of course Rax Lacan. Was it me who was on with Farage on DB News? No. No. Oh no, that wasn't me. But yeah, if it had me, I'd have given Farage what for. You can be sure of that. But before we jump into the Monster Raving Loony Party, how many of you saw this pop up this morning? Because if you didn't know, or if you hadn't heard, Edinburgh Castle has fallen. Shock of all shock horrors, but Edinburgh Castle has fallen. To who, we'll find out below. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Scots libertarians had some part to play in this. They haven't clearly confirmed or denied that. So until they say otherwise, then yeah, I'm definitely saying they had tried and attempted and then failed miserably in their somewhat, shall we say, attempted takeover of Edinburgh Castle, citing Article 16 of the Magna Carta, a document which, if you remember at the time, Scotland was at that time a separate kingdom, so Magna Carta did not apply. Did not apply to Scotland. It only applies to essentially English barons and lords, and these people, this rabble that tried to take the castle, these peasants that tried to take the most holy of holies, the Queen's, part-time home when she's up north. Also, technically, still a full garrison. So it would have been incredibly funny if they had actually genuinely tried anything serious, because like I say, the army up there would have definitely, shall we say, had a thing or two to say about, shall we say, taking over Edinburgh Castle. But here's the here's the story that came from the London Economic. So, as we can see here, bemusement as protesters, quote, seize Edinburgh Castle, claiming satanic paedophiles running the country. Like I say, this was an incredibly interesting interesting morning, to say the least, when I saw this. Oh, Pretty Bird's back with his tea. Is it Yorkshire tea, though? That's the truly important question, because if it is Yorkshire, please sit down, continue. If it isn't, well, we can't be all perfect, as they say. So, a group of protesters identifying as peaceful sovereign people have claimed to have seized Edinburgh Castle. The small group was seen at the landmark on a Facebook Live video on Tuesday afternoon, with Police of Scotland confirming that officers were still in attendance hours later. In the 13-minute video, a woman says that the castle, quote, belongs to the people, but that they are taking our power back. So, yeah, it's, like I say, we'll get into watching these videos in a bit, but it's interesting. I'll tell you that now. It's very, very interesting. So she adds that the Scottish people have been lied to all our lives, and the building belongs to us. We have taken the castle back in an effort to restore rule of law. Another man then says, treason's been going on for that long now. We can't just sit back and let everybody perish under this stupid legislation and fraudulent government tyranny. So let's take it all back, not just the castle. The woman then speaks again, calling for no more enslavement, and people and Commonwealth are going to be free. She tells the viewers they're going to take everybody down, including the government, the courts, and the crown is coming down today. After people saying in the group is, quote, putting we the people back into power, a second man adds, we are the people. The woman also claims that the corrupt, evil, satanic paedophiles are running the country, and Scots have been kept like peasants for 800 years. Well, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Serfdom still up in force up in Scotland, apparently. Get the serfs back on their turf. This was so bizarre, and like I said, the videos are even more bizarre. So, as the police appear, she shouts, "Notice to compel," and informs the officers that they are seizing the castle under Article 61 of the Magna Carta, the only law in the land, which predates the Act of Union. The woman says that she's put Police Chief Scotland Constable Ian Livingston on notice about them taking the castle. And one officer asks the woman for her name, which she is not obliged to give, and then identifies herself anyway. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. The constable then asks, how many more people are you expecting to come to Edinburgh Castle today to join your protest? When she tells him it's not a protest, we're actually taking it back, he replies, right, no worries. A Police Scotland spokesperson said officers are currently in attendance at Edinburgh Castle and are engaging with a group of people who have gathered within the castle grounds. And then this, hopefully... Oh no, it hasn't moved over. So these are some of the videos that happened. And oh my, oh me, oh my, these videos. I hope you're ready for this. You've had a taste of them. I think it starts. Show the thread. It starts at the top. Yeah, so it starts with this one.
Right. It's been hidden.
So I hope you're ready for some. I hope you're ready for some true insanity, because this got me right off a good giggle for this morning. Because I'll tell you what, this was insane when this happened this morning. Good evening, Henk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening to the rest of you joining us. Let's find out what happened here.
We are taking this back. This belongs to the people.
Now, right? It's been hidden that Scotland holds the power. Scotland holds the power. We have to restore the rule of law in Edinburgh before it can go anywhere else in the world. You are. Don't worry about what's
So we're here at Edinburgh Castle. We're taking our power back today. There's going to be. We're in Edinburgh Castle. We have seized the building. We are here. We are peaceful. We are sovereign people. We are taking our building back. We are sovereign. We are free. This belongs to the people.
You can't really say. You can't really say that you are a peaceful when you are literally attempting to retake a castle that technically belongs to the Queen and to the royal family. Very well, let's continue on this little trail of madness.
Scotland, we have been lied to our life, and it's time. Enough is enough. We're in Edinburgh Castle live.
Trust me, police ain't coming. You call them all you like, they ain't coming. They ain't coming. They know what's happening.
Wait, why wouldn't the police come if you've... if the... Why wouldn't the police come to this? This doesn't make any sense. Of course the police are going to turn up. But like I say, these are, by the way, if you are familiar, of course, with America, and you have your, what they called sovereign citizens, this, by the way, is the UK brand. And they are nothing more than a bunch of LARPers, because they haven't said it yet, but they're going to claim, as was said just a bit here, that the Magna Carta gives them the authority to do so. Yeah. Now, if they brought a trebuchet, they would indeed be having a very different conversation. We don't see enough trebuchets anymore, so I for one would support their rights to be able to own and operate a trebuchet. maybe with a bit of a push, we'll be able to get into the Monster Raving Loony Party manifesto. You know, if people want to own guns, I say we go a step further and say that they're allowed to legally own trebuchets. That way, we can truly have some fun then.
So we're in Edinburgh Castle. We're using Article 61 of the Magna Carta.
Yep. Article 61 of the Magna Carta. They are citing their reason for doing this.
This building belongs to us. This is a public building. We are here inside Edinburgh Castle, and we have taken the castle back, which belongs to us, we the people. We're going to restore the rule of law. So we've seized Edinburgh Castle in Scotland. This castle belongs to the people.
Commonwealth.
Yeah, we've got to say.
Belongs to the Commonwealth. Modern and historically. It's been hidden from the people of Scotland and the Commonwealth for far too long. The game's over for these people. The deception comes to an end today.
Yeah. Anybody got anything to say? Croft can give you a speech about this castle and the heritage of it.
Technically, we're here under duress circumstance, given that the treason's been going on for that long now, and you can't sit back and let everybody.
Like I say, this is wild. This is wild. I can't believe these people are deluded enough, because there's no other better way to put this. They are completely deluded in thinking this. There's no other way, you know. Magna Carta, when it was signed, of course, Scotland was its own kingdom, so it didn't even apply to Scotland. And in fact, I'm pretty sure it very specifically indicates English lords and barons. So, I think they're completely barking up the wrong tree when they think they can do this. Yeah. You are right there, Cloudhopper. It would have been a huge viral hit if they'd filmed this. But yeah, this is again truly insane. But these are like again in the US you have like the sovereign individuals, the sovereign statists, who are like your like crazy group of people that are a lot like do this stuff and like claim the Constitution is fake, and that, you know, a flag with like the gold trim on represents some sort of naval court, and something like the US was like sold off to like a corporation at some point. Doesn't make any sense, but there you go. Oh, we've got someone in Twitch chat. Anglichan, yo. Welcome to the Twitch chat. I think you're the only guy in Twitch chat at the moment. Yes, you are the only one in Twitch chat. We've got some people in YouTube chat as well. So, yeah, like I say, these are our equivalent of the sovereign citizens, but they're complete LARPers. That's why they're claiming Magna Carta is like their document, their ruling document. Anyway, we'll get this one up. This continues it.
Enslavement. From this day, the people of the Commonwealth is going to be free. We're taking everybody down. The government, the courts, everything. The crown is coming down today, and
they're taking everyone down. They're taking everyone down. YouTube's going down, Google's going down, Facebook's going down, Dude's going down, Hank's going down, Jack Glaster, I'm sorry, but you're going down as well. And Anglican and was it Angie Chan? You're going down as well. I'm sorry, but according to the Magna Carta and these LARPers, you're all going down.
It's starting here. We are the people. We're putting we the people back in power.
Yes, we are the people. We're returning to power. I can assure you, we've waited a long time for this. This is just the start, and it's the end for them. It's the end for the deceivers. The game's over for them. So people, wake up and join us. Take this power back off these people and restore it back to the people.
Oh my
themselves.
word! These again, like I say, these people are so deluded about this. This is just so insane. But I can't believe they actually engaged in this. Simon, isn't this just a product launch for idiots? Yes, it is. This is them, of course, going and taking Edinburgh Castle. Of course, they didn't succeed. But yeah, I generally can't believe these people are so deluded that they've gone full LARPing. Like I say, these people, the more you look into these people, when you join their society, they actually knight you. They actually do like a full knighting ceremony and make you like a full lord and lady. And that's, again, I'm not sure if the Scottish version do this, but I certainly know the Pendragon Society, which is, again, the big, shall we say, movement involved in this. They certainly do. And like I say, they are literally a complete bunch of nut jobs. There's no other way to describe it. But they are insane. They are literally insane to go to this level of delusion. Just pure delusional about this.
And not the false deceivers.
So everybody get sharing. Edinburgh Castle is under siege by the people. If share it far and wide and let everybody know on your Facebook that we are taking our power back to the people. No more enslavement. We've been enslaved long enough. It's time for the people and the world to take the power back from these corrupt, evil, satanic pedophiles who's been running this country. What they've been doing to our children for the last, 70 years?
Yes, using secret societies to cover up their tracks. Using secret societies to control the law, control and make legislation up to protect themselves. This is happening no longer. The Admiralty maritime law is over. The common law and the constitution of the land will be returned.
So you just heard them there. You just heard them there say exactly what these sovereign citizens do and say over in the US. That the US is ruled by maritime law, not common law, which is, again, a bunch of absolute baloney. It's hogwash. It's pure fantasy that these people have literally deluded themselves onto to such an extent. It's absolutely insane, but this is the level that they've gone to, and it's unbelievable. But these people exist in the UK as well. It's not just insane people in the US who believe this as well.
This is the start of the return of the Constitution and the common law for the people, by the people.
In fact, if you look at the name above here, where it says Jane of the family Walsh, that's how crazy they are, because she believes she hasn't said it, but I can already tell you because I've looked into these people. They literally believe that their birth names that they are given by their parents are slave names. So as a result, they believe that they are legal entities owned by corporations. So by doing what she's doing there, saying that she is of the family, she's literally thinks that she is somehow liberating herself from this dreaded corporation that somehow owns her. Like I say, if you've never heard any of this before, then trust me, this is an absolute rabbit hole of a massive, ridiculous conspiracy that these guys are propagating, and it's unbelievable. It is really, really unbelievable that they do this, but
So soon, we're all going to be equal. There's not going to be any more divide. We're all going to be living in abundance. We're going to be free from enslavement. We're not going to be ruled any longer by any corrupt pedophiles, any satanic, evil people and government that's been ruling us for all these years. So today, the people of Scotland stood up against tyranny.
Like I say, this is just pure insane. Pretty Bird, they sound a lot like QAnon. They predate QAnon, but they, not surprising, they do share a lot of the same beliefs. Yes, Lorenzo S. Yes, I'm not driving, I'm traveling, which is a classic one from especially the sovereign individuals. They also do it over here as well. They also pull the same, except instead of quoting the Constitution, like here, they quote the Magna Carta, because ours are just a massive bunch of LARPers. And of course, they'll claim that traveling and driving count as two different separate entities, and they'll start spouting all sorts of like legal jargon nonsense that doesn't really mean anything, and that they'll try to come across as legal experts, but this is just stuff that they've been told. So you looked her up on Facebook. What's she called? She's part of a movement called Practical Lawful Dissent International. Yes, that does indeed say it all. That does indeed say it all there, Cloudhopper. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What's their plan for this evening, now that they've taken the castle, and tomorrow, and the day after, and so on? Are they just going to go home and have dinner? Yeah, true. They might very well just do that. They might very well just do that, Mark. That is a very real possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what indeed end up happening. Then, of course, we're now going to find out what happened when the police turned up.
Back.
What is the compel?
So as you can tell there, what she just yelled out, notice to compel. is part of their legal jargon nonsense, which, again, depending on what person happens to be saying it at what time, can mean anything. They believe that by saying that somehow the police aren't allowed to touch them, move them on, or anything like that. Like I say, it's complete absolute nonsense. Like I say, if you know anything about, like I say, the sovereign statists or the sovereign individualists over in America, these are our version, except they're just a bunch of LARPers. Duke of Vengeance, good evening to you. You join us towards the end of the siege of Edinburgh Castle that took place this morning. Yeah, that's true, dude. They're not even preparing for a siege properly. You know, they've got no supply lines. They've not barricaded their entrances. They haven't got their archers on the walls. They haven't even got their siege provisions prepared, right? You know, how are they going to prepare for this siege? They haven't even got a trebuchet. No one even brought a ladder. Oh, but yeah, this is what happened when the police decided to turn up.
Here comes the police. Notice to compel. They're going straight for Richard.
Yep, you'll notice they keep on saying notice to compel. Again, that's part of their crazy legal, nonsensical jargon that they like to spout.
Making organisations, right? Okay.
Hi, we are here lawfully, we're here peacefully. Okay. We are sovereign beings. This castle belongs to the people. You have no authority over us.
Where we just happen to be taking Edinburgh Castle, a major landmark of like the UK. You have no authority over us, but we're going to take it back. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, Simon. They're not that clever. They're not that clever to bring a Trojan horse. They're not that clever to bring a Trojan horse. Oh, yeah. The other thing, yeah, again, Duke of Vengeance. Where are the rams and siege towers? These people are terrible at a siege. And you are right, Pretty Bird. Yeah. If these were the sovereign identity folks in the US, they would have bought guns. Yeah, so like I say, but these people are still using that same ideology, but they're just LARPing about it. They're LARPing completely about it, and this is just, in a way, this is really funny, but also at the same time, this is just really sad in a way that they've been duped into believing this stuff.
Stand under common law today. Okay. This land, this castle belongs to us, to the people. Ian Livingston knows about it. We'll put him on notice. He knows all about it.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody go on social media and start filming.
Yeah. Yeah. What a way to conduct a siege. Just send a letter. Send a letter to them and you know, inform them of what you're about to do. Yeah, perfectly acceptable way to conduct a siege.
Guys, I said never mind them. Everybody needs to start filming. Get on social media. Everybody, get on social media. Hi, We are free. We are sovereign. This building belongs to the people of the land.
Right, okay.
We are here peacefully.
Okay, no worries.
Right, give me.
Oh, yeah. You can just see the difference between the American police and the UK police right here. They're just like, okay, no worries. And yeah, you are right, Duke of Vengeance. This siege is just terrible. This is a terrible siege.
I notice. Give me the. Right. Debbie, get up here and film.
Debbie. Debbie, get up here and film. It reminds me of the Britain Bikes Back people. Tegan, where are you? Delete this now. Tegan, where are you? This is what reminds me of.
Everybody needs to film. This belongs to the people. Today, history is going to be made. We are restoring the rule of law. It's going to happen here in Scotland.
Can I have a wee look? Is that okay?
Yeah. Right, so I've got the police here. Ian Livingston knows all about this. He's been served notices. He knew this was happening. We have been there to Tilly Island Police Station. I have personally put Ian Livingston on notice. He knows this is going to happen. He knows that the people of Scotland, the people of the UK have been getting lied to all our lives.
Right,
He's aware of this. So as every police station in Scotland have been put under notice, on notice. They're all aware. We've been getting lied to. Treason's been committed by our government. This building, this castle, Edinburgh Castle, belongs to we the people. So we have a rightful, we are lawful, we are standing under common law today, and this castle belongs to us, we the people. You have no jurisdiction over us any longer.
This is just so depressing. It's so depressing that these people are literally so far gone that they believe this nonsense. I think that's it in terms of the videos. I think that's it. Wait, what? But yeah, whew. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, dude. That would be the true. That would be the true punishment of these people if the cops just did lose their patience and just bring out the batons. I don't think you could charge the police for that. I think these people are truly that far gone. They need some sense beating into them. Yeah, Cloudhopper. Yeah. Imagine being a police officer and A, having not to laugh, and B, figure out if it's okay to tase them or not. Debbie, help me. She's tasing me. He's tasing me. Oh my God. Why didn't that happen? That would have been fantastic. That would have been fantastic if that happened. What is it? The Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Help! Help! I'm being repressed. Oh my. Oh my indeed. Oh my word. That is true, T5. We don't have to worry about guns over here. But yeah, we just have to worry about archers and trebuchets. True. But remember, when was it now? The Pendragon Society must have been like 2 or 3 years ago now. They turned up to a place, I think, where Sadiq Khan was giving a speech in London, and they turned up to where he was speaking, wanting to arrest him for breaking the law and committing treason, to which they also brought their portable gallows. So, yeah. Like I say, if people tell you about the sovereign individual movement in America, or you are an American and you know about the sovereign individual movement, well, just tell them you ain't seen nothing until you've seen the LARPers over in the UK who have their own version of the madness. But this is what you came for. This is what you came for. But before we do jump into covering the official Monster Raving Loony Party, please do remember to hit that like and share button. If you are on Twitch, do that Twitch thing. And like I say, let's get more people in chat. Let's let more people know about the brilliance that is the Monster Raving Loony Party. Obviously, run by Lord Howe and, of course, Screaming Lord Such. So, before we do that as well, also my Patreon page and Buy Me a Coffee link is down below as well if you'd like to support the channel that way as well. Be remiss to not say that as we move on to the Monster Raving Loony Party. So, as always, let's get to the policies. The policy A to Z. So, these are the A to Z of the official Monster Raving Loony Party Manifesto. Just a sample of what you'd get by voting for insanity. You know it makes sense. So, for those of you who might not know, by the way, before we get into like the Monster Raving Loony Party, because they've just made an absolutely good point. You might not be aware of who the Monster Raving Loony Party are. So let's just go have a look at the current Loony Cabinet. So the leader of the Monster Raving Loony Party is this guy here in the white suit, I think it's like a white cowboy hat, and he always tries to every year just get a bigger and bigger rosette on his pin to him. But this is Howling Laud Hope, the leader of the Monster Raving Loony Party, and yes, that is the name that he can run under UK electoral law. But like I say, it's the Monster Raving Loony Party. This is what they do. And yes, they are perfectly legal. They are a legitimate party. Like I say, here are some of the elections that they stood in. Let me see if here it is. Howling Laud Hope. These are just some of the constituencies, both general election and by-election, that they have run in over the many years. As you can see, it's quite a lot. They've even run in my own constituency here, in a by-election back in 2011. They got 198 votes. Now, of course, there is a long-standing tradition, of course, in the Monster Raving Loony Party, that should you ever get enough votes to get your deposit back, then essentially what you have to do is you then have to use that money, which is at the moment about £500, to essentially buy a load of beans and take a bath in said beans. Because the whole point of the again Monster Raving Loony Party is, again, to poke fun at politics. And like I say, some of the official members here, like I say, the party's led by the party chairman, Howling Laud Hope. And of course, they had a cat who was the leader of the party at one point, called Catmandu. Unfortunately, he died very tragically in a road accident. So Howling Laud Hope is now once again the leader of the party. We've got the Jersey Flyer. We've got Baron von Thunderclap. We've got the Incredible Flying Brick, who is the treasurer. We've got Are You Serious? Chinners. And of course, Kignall and Kidnap. So that's who essentially you're voting for. Like I say, the Monster Raving Loony Party does exactly what it says on the tin. And like I say, they are a British political party that have been around, I think, the 80s at least. I can't remember when their first election they stood for one. But yes, they have been around for quite a time. They have their own party conferences. They have their own manifesto, and they stand quite regularly in a lot of general elections. With the point, of course, being to try and get as many votes as possible, but to keep just under enough of the line that they don't end up getting their deposit back, because of course they then have to perform that punishment, which I don't know if the bean bath is still the official form of punishment. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure any of the Loony Party members will be able to inform us about that, if it's true or not, or if it's still in effect. So let's go through some of their policies, the A to Z of policies. So starting with A, airbags will be fitted to the stock exchange immediately, preparing for the next crash. A sensible policy for a sensible party. At least certainly more sensible than the Scottish Libertarians and the English Libertarians. At least they have a policy to prevent against the damage of the stock market crash. You know, should the stock market ever crash, there will finally be airbags to at least limit the damage of the next crash. So, B for Britain. Britain will exit Europe and then join the Duchy of Cornwall to benefit from tax exemptions. Of course, if you didn't know, the Duchy of Cornwall is one of those bizarre micronations that technically exist around the world. So essentially, the UK, well, Britain would exit Europe and then join the Duchy of Cornwall for tax reasons, you know. Perfectly reasonable. Look, it's a perfectly reasonable policy for a perfectly reasonable party. Who would want to do that? You know. In fact, I feel a bit. In fact, I'm noticing a theme with the Monster Raving Loony Party and their hats. So if you'll excuse me, because you know what, it would be rude. It would be rude not to. It would be rude not to join in. Although this might get a bit hot, so I have to see. I don't know how this is going to look on the green screen. There we go. Like I say, when you're reviewing the Monster Raving Loony Party, you know, one has to look the part. You know, so this is me with my llama hat, and I think we'll my official, if I were to join the Monster Raving Loony Party, my official party name would be Lord Llama Hat or Lord Llama. So, thank you, my subjects. Lord Llama is now in session. You could call me Kia Llama if you wanted. So, as we continue to go through to the A to Z's of these policies, C for capital punishment. This will be opposed on the ground that it is unfair to Londoners. True, capital punishment is indeed unfair to Londoners. It's rather it's cruel and unusual fate for the people of London to be subject to indeed capital punishment when they indeed already live in the city. So again, perfectly reasonable grounds to have a perfectly reasonable policy for this. D for data. Data will be secured, placed in a brown bag, and hidden in the PM socks and pants drawer. Yep. You know, who doesn't keep their valuables in the sock drawer? Who doesn't keep the socks in the, you know, the valuables in the sock drawer? It's a perfectly reasonable place. I don't understand why the you know, we could even put the nuclear launch codes. We could keep those in the PM sock drawer for Trident as well. It's where the keys kept. Within a little tin, so that, you know, they can't come round with the, you know, the scanners and try and, you know, get the fobs off the keys, you know. E for education. Education. All university tuition fees for women would be free, as we are strong believers in female intuition. Due to gender equality wars, we would include males as well. Well, that's nice, isn't it? That is, again, it's a fair policy, you know, get rid of tuition fees for women first, because, again, we're believers in in female intuition. And of course, you know, to keep the equality train going, we'll give it to the men as well. You know, no, I've already got to take this off already because it's it's really hot. That's really hot under there. Oh. F for frivolous. The frivolous fraud office setup is to inspect fraud too silly for the serious fraud office. True. Like I say, very often, you know, if we keep track of the serious, serious frauds, then what about the frivolous frauds? You know, again, a perfectly sensible policy for a perfectly sensible party. And again, I'd like to point out, a lot more sensible than the Scottish libertarians and the English libertarians that we've been covering recently. G for greyhound. Greyhound racing will be banned to prevent the country going to the dogs. Yes, 100% agree. We need to ban greyhound racing to stop the country going to the dogs. Too late. It's already gone to the dogs, said Lord Vengeance, said Duke Vengeance. So H for half. Half the grey squirrels will be painted red to increase the red squirrel population. True. Again, can't disagree. Sound environmental policy there. You know, let's stop the decline of the red squirrel by painting the grey ones red. It's a perfectly reasonable policy and a wonderful policy. I can back that completely. I for innocent. Innocent prisoners will be released in order to reduce prison overcrowding. Sure. Why not? Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Oh. J for job seekers. Some good social policies going on here. J for job seekers will be made to stand two abreast in order to halve the dole queues. What a perfect policy to solve our unemployment problem. Yeah. As you said, dude, so far only reasonable policies, you know. Makes a difference from the English libertarians. Makes a massive difference from the English libertarians. K for kids. Kids will be made to sit closer together on smaller desks to reduce school class sizes. Yep, can't disagree with that. It will reduce the class sizes, definitely. Oh, this is a fun stream. I like this stream. This is a fun stream. L. The London Marathon 3 will be free to anyone finishing in sub 2 hours wearing large clown shoes. I think anyone who can run the London Marathon in under 2 hours in clown shoes does indeed deserve to have their entry fee given back to them. Oh yeah, dude's come up with a problem there. Yeah, might increase teen pregnancy rates. So very bad for Doncaster then. got to get a bit of the Doncaster jabbing in there. So M for mega. The mega car wash will be created by punching holes in the roof of the Channel Tunnel. True, can't disagree with that. It will certainly make some type of car wash, of course. N for national. The national debt will be cleared by putting it all on our credit card. Why hasn't Rishi Sunak or any of the Conservatives come up with that? Let's just put all our national debt on the credit card. Perfect. A brilliant policy. OAPs will qualify for a summer ice lolly allowance if the temperatures exceed 70 degrees. Bizarrely, that is an all not too bad of a policy to do. Like I say, if the OAPs do get a winter fuel allowance, surely they should be able to get a winter cooling allowance if global warming does increase and we do get, of course, a lot more, shall we say, drastic temperature increases. Then yeah, that's bizarrely a somewhat interesting policy that you could actually revisit and actually make of something, maybe. P for puddles. Puddles deeper than 3 inches will be marked by a yellow plastic duck. Yep, why not? Health and safety. Although I'm sure people were saying that's health and safety gone mad. Health and safety gone quackers. Q. Quitters will be encouraged not to start in the first place to improve their self-esteem. Regulations. Regulations concerning car boot sales will be relaxed to permit the selling of all car parts. Reasonable policy. I can't argue against it. Who wouldn't want to sell more car parts at a car boot sale? After all, you can only sell your car boot. Makes perfect sense. S. Stamp duty will be cancelled as stamps are expensive enough without having to pay duty. Again, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. T. Terrorists will be made to wear bells and horns so we know where they are. True, that's good. U. For unruly. Unruly teenagers will be superglued together, as if you can't beat them, join them. Duke, what impression would give you this? You know, what impression would give you this? You know, these are the policies of the Monster Raving Loony Party, after all. V for vehicles. Vehicles will be fitted with bungee ropes in order to save fuel on the return journey. I love that one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. W. Wind farms will be created nationwide, while breaking wind will be encouraged. True, after all, you're going to get that wind turbine turning somehow. X. X-ray machines will be manned by a skeleton staff. Y. Yellow lines will be painted where you can park instead of where you can't to save money. And Z. Zebra crossings will be made permissible to all animals wishing to cross the road. So, as you can see here, these policies are, I think, well and truly good. Like I say, hold on. They definitely get the say so from Lord Llama Hat or Lord Llama. Oh, somebody mentioned the Blackadder joke. And dude is actually pointing out something which, again, the Monster Raving Loony Party are indeed known for. Very often they will have like sensible policies, as sensible as they are, but very often it is pointing out some indeed quite serious things. Like, again, of course, the summer, the pensioners' OAP's summer lolly allowance. Again, if you actually think about that, might not actually be a bad idea to help keep pensioners cool during the summer. And of course, Dude brings up here the thing about the yellow lines. Again, he is right. It's a very subversive critique. And again, like I say, the UK is very hard to get a parking spot in. We are losing parking spots at a rapid pace. So I definitely like to see something about that in their manifesto. Policy proposals. These are some of the new ones that they've got. So remember, they do encourage people to send them new policies. You just have to use the hashtag manifesto, and you too could find yourself with a policy proposal in the Monster Raving Loony Party. So if you do have a policy that you would maybe like to share to them, then definitely use that hashtag on Twitter. So let's see what we've got here on this. Once in government, everyone applying for a 7-figure salary positions with the World Health Organization or as government health advisors will have to answer 15 correct questions on who wants to be a millionaire. It's not bad. In the Brexit trade deals, Germany will be required to pay for the treatment of measles, and Spain will be required to pay for cases of Spanish flu. The French will pay for all accidents resulting from kissing and broken letters, and the Dutch will split all the furniture expenses with 50-50. We will place in laws measures to stop panic buying. As COVID-19 restrictions take hold, shoppers will only be permitted to buy 1 panic per person. It is evident that the 10 p.m. pub curfew is not working. We propose that pubs ask the people to leave in alphabetical order. Shamefully, Lord Such has never been allowed to take his place in the House of Lords, nor were Duke Ellington, Count Basie, or Lord Rockingham. We will end this discrimination against musicians. To unite the population, we will surround the UK with large cardboard boxes so that people can get in and out of both of the EU. This will be known as Schrodinger's Brexit. To get more children reading, fish and chips will once again be wrapped in newspaper. Once in government, we will introduce the Ministry of Clarity. The role of this ministry will be to ensure that only the clearest clarity is made clear and that the unclear clarity is cleared out. We hope our position on this will be clear to all. In government, we will complete a 5-year parliament in only 4 years. This policy not only ensures a 20% saving for the public purse, but also gives everyone in the UK a year off from listening to our politicians. I like that. I like that a lot. The MOT is an annual test to ensure that your car is roadworthy. We will introduce an ROT, an annual test to make sure that all roads are car-worthy. Again, bizarrely not a bad one. And as from the 1st of January 2021, all passports will be issued in the colour of political voting. Tories will be blue, Labour will be red, Greens will be green, and official loonies will have a leopard spot, and Lib Dems will just be invisible. Bravo. Bravo. Bravo there. As we did mention earlier, sometimes the Monster Raving Loony Party making some very good points in a way that only British humour can accommodate. Foreign policy. We will admit Shamina Begum, I think that's how you say it, back into the country only when she accepts Screaming Lord Such as her saviour. Reasonable. The Ministry of Info. We will create a new Ministry of Information. It shall consist of the former board of directors of Cambridge Analytica. They already know everything. Brexit proposals. We will send Noel Edmonds to negotiate Brexit because he understands deal or no deal. And there will be no need for a backstop to the Brexit negotiations. We'll have Alex Stewart as the wicket keeper. That one's good. I like that. I like that. Educational funding. The Loony Party proposes that all schools should have a jumble sale or a fete or other fundraising activities at least twice per month to help raise funds for those little extras, such as desks, books, papers, pens, etc. The pensions triple lock. Keeping in with the Labour Party's latest bid to get 1 or 2 pensioners to vote for them, they've brought out a new policy guaranteeing the triple lock on pensions until 2025, if they get voted in. The Loony Party will, of course, go one better and buy a padlock that is now safer than a bank. New mattresses for all pensioners on less than 20 pence a week. Very reasonable. Very reasonable. What? Oh, dude, how dare you? Well, thank you for giving us Yorkshire independence, but deporting all the Brexiteers here. Oh, no. No. We can't have any more. Yorkshire's already too full of Brexiteers as it is. So these are some of the Welsh Assembly manifestos from back in 2016. For one, we will feed the Welsh dragon as it's looking a bit thin due to government cuts. We will try and find a breeding pair for the dragons, as the Welsh dragons is an endangered species. We will report the Welsh dragon to the Monopolies Commission, as there is only one. In the interest of national security, we will ban all leaks from the Welsh Assembly canteen. To save money, we will reduce the Welsh Assembly from 60 seats to 5 and create the Welsh Assemble. 6. Man versus horse and bog snorkeling to be an Olympic sport. I can get behind that. 7. We will create massive factories in South Wales manufacturing birds' nests and noodles, and then float to China with them. Well, they did it to our steel. 8. We will legalize broccoli. 9. We will give the letter K a sound. 10. We will have different coloured dragons on the Welsh flag. 11. Anyone over 5 years old who can hold a crane will be eligible to vote. Number 12. We will introduce mermaids to Tiger Bay to increase tourism. 13. We will make Swansea Airport the hub of the Welsh space programme. 14. We promise that should we be elected, we will not initiate any of our policies. Never a truer policies was spoken to there. So, new proposals. In the light of proposals at the Labour Party conference is under the new leadership with Jeremy Corbyn, we've come up with 2 new proposals for defence. We'll get rid of Trident and replace it with a new tuning fork. And we shall keep the Falklands and give Jeremy Corbyn to the Argentinians. Tuition fees. Once again, the main parties are stealing our election proposals. Today, Ed Moribund has declared that they would reduce university tuition fees as much media acclaim. I did notice that they were the same amount of acclaim that we didn't get when we announced our manifesto, the E for Education, that all university tuition fees for women would be free, as we are strong believers in female intuition. New proposals. We propose to cancel stamp duty. Oh, we've already been through that. Besides leap years, there needs to be a hop, skip, and a jump years. Parliament will be relocated to the Wormwood Scrubs, reducing the commuting costs for most of the peers and MPs. Very true. Now, what's this? Barmy Law Brockman's manifesto. Let's have a look at this. So, this looks like to be the local ones for local elections. Paul Barmy Law Brockman. It's time to put the official loony on the council. If you don't usually vote, you vote usually your protest vote since 1963. Fed up with Westminster politics at local level, it's time to put an official loony on the council. All council-owned leisure facilities should be free for kids. Their mums and dads already pay the council tax, and as an added bonus, the exercise bikes could be wired up to the national grid. Again, bizarrely an actual policy hidden in there in this. As an environmentalist, I would welcome the building of more wind farms where the breaking of wind would be much encouraged. Think of how much money could be saved if we only printed yellow lines where we can park. Free beer and sex on your 100th birthday. Well, you've got to have something to look forward to. All election material should be printed on soft paper. That way it can be recycled in the appropriate fashion. If your hyena poops, scoop it up. It's no laughing matter. Be careful where you tread. The problem is getting so bad that I have to call on the dog food manufacturers to include all ingredients in Fido's food. It makes poo glow in the dark. We could all rub their noses in our foul in it to prevent the foul reoccurrence, not the dogs, just the owners. Safe road crossings for all animals. I propose we raise the height of the urinals on council premises to keep the councillors on their toes. On Thursday, the 2nd of May, I will be asking you to give me your X. I'll give it you back on the 3rd. The only wasted vote is the one not used. It's never too soon to be a monster raving loon. I like that. I like that a lot. What's this? Secret Squirrel. The Secret Squirrel mentioned the great problems of entering the euro. This was back in August of 15. This is quite a while ago. This must have been a blog that someone must have written and then just abandoned after a while. General Election Manifesto 2017. Oh, I'm sorry, people, but it looks like I can't have my llama hat. I can't be Lord Llama. Yes, apparently they all stand on a platform free from woolen hats. So, for all, so we cannot pull the wool over anyone's eyes. Taxation. Taxpayers to receive nectar points from HMRC. Nationalisation. The Loony Party will nationalise all political parties, and if they don't keep their manifesto promises, we'll sell them off. Bizarrely, again in 2017, a bit of an actual political point. We'll nationalise crime and make sure it doesn't pay. Austerity. Due to the fact that the government have made cuts in almost everything around, the Loony Party proposed to cut the letters of the alphabet, starting with the letters N, H, and S. We've done that one about the jumble sale. Electoral changes. The Loony Party propose that voters will get a 30-day cooling off period, during which, if you change your mind and you didn't like the result, or you didn't know what you were voting for, then you can get your vote back. Immigration policy. One in, one out. Carried forward from our 2015 UKIP manifesto, nicked from UKIP. Pensions, or how to get the grey vote. In keeping with the late... Oh, we've already read that. We've already seen that as well. Economy and pensions. We will further complicate the UK tax system so that large companies can no longer find the loopholes. Environment. We will change the English symbol of 3 lions to 3 badgers. How often do you see 3 lions running around the countryside? It's true. All food sold in fast food establishments should be clearly marked. It may contain traces of real food. Social media. All social media sites to be taken down for at least 1 day a year for a Remember When We Used to Talk Day. So that's what's this? A Loony Lotto. Actually did something during lockdown. Again, that's quite good of them. Those are quite some in-depth rules. But yes, that is, ladies and gentlemen, the monster Raving Loony Party. Like I say, compared to the of course English libertarians and Scottish libertarians, I think perfectly sensible policies. And of course, as you know, I can't stand because as you know, this is made of llama wool, and as you seen them there, the monster Raving Loony Party will not stand anyone on the platform with a woolen hat so as not to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. So unfortunately, I can't be a member of the Lord Llama cannot be a member of the Monster Raving Loony Party. Sad days in there in that. Very, very, very sad times. And of course, as always, like I say, we did a live stream yesterday as well, so we're going to finish a bit early today. But as always, like I say, thank you all for watching us and this romp through the official Monster Raving Loony Party today. Thank you, as always, very much for joining me on this. Like I say, please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button on your way out. And of course, down below there are links to my Patreon page, and of course the Buy Me a Coffee link down below for, again, if you want to buy me a coffee. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. There is going to be, by the way, I must mention this. I am going to be in London this weekend, so there will not be a good morning walk this Saturday. So I know, very sad, but don't worry, there will be one following the Saturday. But you know, as when you are down, we are off, shall we say? So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time for some more fun and frolics and more talking about politics.